my last Italy vlog, I thought I'd give you a review on all the hotels we stayed at. As you've seen in the previous vlogs, some were great, some were okay. I don't think we'd say any were absolutely terrible, but I thought I'd give you our point of view on each one. So let's start from day one. So the first 2 nights we stayed in Rome. We stayed at the UNA Hotels Deco Roma. It was pretty much about a block away from the main train station, Rome Termini. So in that regard, it was really good. I might talk about the location first, and we'll go on to the hotel itself. The location in proximity to everything is fantastic. It's walking distance to the Spanish Steps, Trevi Fountain, Colosseum, and you can walk to get to other like further away restaurants. It's not long walks, or you can get the train, being that you're that close to the main station. The actual area it's in, it's kind of sketchy. It's not clean. It's very filthy. A lot of homeless people around, so there's a bit of bad smells. Not a great deal of restaurants to eat at. I think we saw maybe a couple, and the one we went to did not have great service or great food. There was a lot of like what would you call it, like fast food, like takeaway food places, but again, they did not look good. We did walk past them to see and thought, oh, should we eat them? But just the way it looked, we're like, no, we don't want to risk getting sick. So yeah, like if I was to rate it out of 5, the actual area itself, probably a 1. The actual location, proximity to everything, probably like a 5. And you're probably saving some money rather than staying smack bang next to the Trevi Fountain or the Spanish Steps, which are probably more expensive. The hotel itself, I would definitely say it's around a 4 or 5 star hotel. The rooms were spacious. We had a good sized bed. I think from memory it was king, which was really good. Very clean. The bathroom was good. For me, the big thing with hotels is I want a nice bathroom. Otherwise, I'm kind of eked out. Had heating and aircon, so whether you're hot or cold. The bed was very comfortable, and the pillows were great. You know how sometimes you get those shitty soft pillows that are just fluff and an oversized pillow cover? Didn't have that. This was really good. The breakfast was amazing. A huge variety of food, all fresh. Our travel director did say not to expect too much from the breakfast, that it's just a continental breakfast. But when we rocked up to breakfast, we were like so in shock because it was like a full buffet. Definitely not a continental, full buffet breakfast, where you could fill up and you pretty much last you till lunch, if not longer. For us, we did have smaller lunches because it was still a bit full from breakfast. The staff were great, very friendly and helpful. So yeah, definitely a great hotel to stay at. Just be mindful of the actual cleanliness of the area. Look, as it didn't feel safe, but I think at the same time you still were safe just because it's a main area, like it's the area around the main train station. So it used to be very, very clean. I have to say that. Like that area used to be really good, nice and clean. You want to be there. So I'm not sure what's happened in the last 9 years to that area, how it hasn't been maintained. Especially considering the train station looks like it's been redone and it's really a really nice train station. The area around it has not been maintained, which you'd think they would, being the station it is. Overall, I'd give it probably a 3.5 out of 5 overall. That's taken into account the area, location, and hotel. So for night 3 and 4 was in Sorrento, and we stayed at the Grand Hotel Cesare, Augusto, Sorrento. I hope that's how you say it. The location, fantastic. It was literally a 5-minute walk to the main street of Sorrento. Yeah, it was just great location. And also you feel so safe around that area. Like any part of Sorrento, you feel safe. It's very clean, which is great. The hotel was really nice. The rooms were a good size, very good size. I think that was the biggest room we had. The bathroom was good as well. The bed was okay. It was a little on the soft side, but you'd still have a really good night's sleep. Pillows were good, no issues with them as well. The view was good. We had like a mountain and city view, so that was nice. I don't think I'm not sure if any of the rooms would have a water view, but it would be nice if we had that, but obviously that's a perk. I'd definitely say this hotel was probably a 4-star for a European hotel. If you were to take into consideration the room and compare it to, say, Australia or America's 4-star, I don't think it would be, maybe it would be on par slightly, maybe a bit less. It'll probably be equivalent 3.5-star, I'd say, maybe 3. The breakfast, again, a full buffet breakfast, really good. Everything tasted fresh. So yeah, like especially because the first morning we did our own thing, so we got to sleep in and go to breakfast. It was really quiet when we had breakfast. We had it a bit later, so there was no mad rush of everyone trying to get to food or anything. Again, the staff there were fantastic. Because it's an older hotel as well, you have to remember that it's an older hotel because you're going down south, so it's not as commercialized or as developed. So just be mindful of that. You're getting the authenticity of it. You don't have a card for the room. It's a big key with a big key ring, keychain. The good thing is when you leave the hotel, you can leave that key with reception and then pick it back up afterwards. And it's no hassle for the staff. They're very, very nice and friendly. And yeah, I can't complain about the service with that hotel. Our 5th night was in Assisi. We stayed at the Hotel Cenacolo, Assisi. Again, hopefully that's pronounced correctly. The area, there's nothing around it. But I guess that's with all of Assisi. We're down the bottom of the mountain where the Assisi town is, where the basilica is. So yeah, it's a basic hotel. The rooms were very basic, just a bed, and the bathroom. It was a nice bed, nice bathroom. It was just a basic room, but it's probably the smallest room we had on the whole trip. But again, we're not there to stay in the room. We're there to go and see things. So to have it just for one night, it's what you need. And we had a comfortable sleep. Again, it was freezing cold in Assisi, but we didn't really feel that in the hotel. It was nice and warm. The dinner there was terrible. Did not enjoy one bit of the dinner there. So look, because there's nothing else around, you probably have to have dinner there. So don't expect too much. Not too sure if there was any restaurants that you could get a taxi or Uber or Lyft to. Not obviously, because we had the dinner included. Breakfast, again, very basic. Again, this one was probably more a continental breakfast. Could have been better, but for one breakfast we could make do. There was stuff you could eat, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think that one, I'd say the room comfort level probably 4 out of 5. Overall, the hotel and everything, probably would say a 3. So for night 6 and 7, we were in Venice. So we didn't stay in the main part of Venice or on the mainland. We stayed on one of the islands. So with that, you have to get a boat over to the main area, which was included in our tour, obviously, for us. I'm not sure if there was like... there should be, I'm guessing there would be water taxis to take you to and from. This was probably the worst hotel we stayed at. How many did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had, I think, 8 hotels. So this will be number 8 on the list at the bottom one. The reason for it is it's very old. A very old hotel. Yeah, I don't know where to start with this one. The rooms, like our room, obviously you saw in the vlog, was slanted. So it was on a slope. And that was the case with the room next door to us. A couple from our tour in there, and they had the same issue. So ours was the floor in the bedroom. The room next to us, because we're on the corners, their bathroom was on a slope, so every time they put something on the vanity, it would roll off and down into the hallway where the front, their bedroom door to go in and out was. So not sure if it was a structural issue with the building itself, or it's because the island is sinking. Like, I know Venice as a whole has that issue that it's sinking, so that could be the possibility. I'm just not too sure, but yeah. Then when it came to the beds, I think to counteract that slope, so they must know about it, that we had 2 single beds put together, which is common in Europe. The beds were like this. So I'm guessing it's because the room sloped like that, they put the bed like that, so from my side, I wouldn't roll off. So being in bed, I kept rolling to the center. Which is a bit annoying. It wasn't comfortable. Like, I still slept well, like the pillows were good. It was just that rolling thing that you just kept rolling in to counteract that floor. The room was very old-fashioned, which was nice. I like that. I like the look of old-fashioned, just to feel like you're in that historic element of Italy. No, I didn't mind that. The bathroom was basic. It was okay. Wasn't dirty. It was good. The only issue I had was our bathroom window wouldn't close, so it stayed open like that much. Which wasn't too bad. Because we had, I think it was the heated towel rail on, it kept the room and the bathroom warm, so it was okay. What else? The breakfast. Again, worst breakfast we've had. Be bottom of the list. Everything was not fresh and cold. So what should have been warm was cold. It was just leftover food taken out of the fridge that they just reused every morning. One morning we had pancakes. They were terrible. I tried to rewarm them in the toaster. There was like I think it was from memory, a potato gratin pie for breakfast. Again, that should come out nice and warm. It was cold. The pastries were cold and not fresh. The coffee was the worst. Oh my God. As an Italian, I'd be embarrassed to give out that coffee. It tasted like instant coffee, which, given what brand it was Nescafe, explains it all. Nescafe instant coffee, Nescafe espresso coffee, no. It literally tasted like cheap instant coffee. So yeah, they should be embarrassed as a hotel to be dishing out that coffee. So yeah, not the best hotel. I'd probably give it a rating out of 5, probably A2. But I don't know how expensive it would be to pay for it yourself, but I guess it's still, if it was a cheaper version of it, like to save money, if you're saving money to other hotels, then you'd use it. It would be fine to stay in because you still had a good night's sleep. It was a fantastic location, but you'd also have to consider the cost of the water taxi. Like you could probably stay like on the mainland and get the train into the center of Venice, which is what we had when I did my Contiki tour in 2012. We stayed at a hotel close to a train station on the mainland, and then we just got the train into the main area, and it stops you right there, and then you can walk to wherever you want in Venice. But yeah, that's that hotel. So night 8 and 9, let me double check that was the right one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 8 and 9 was at Lake Maggiore. We stayed at the Grand Hotel Bristol Stresa. Now, again, mixed reviews for this hotel. Location, amazing. View, breathtaking. Like we had a really good view. I know a lot of others in our tour group had better views. They were up on the next levels, but okay, probably like even on our level, amazing view. Because we had the front. I'm guessing if you had like the back a bit back, you would have the mountains, but it still would be nice. Like we had both. We had the front and the mountain view because we had the corner room. So yeah, it's just for that view, I would stay there. The room was really nice, decent size. Again, had like that antique-y look to it, which was great. The bathroom was really nice as well. Pillows are fantastic on the bed. Like you could sleep well, no issues. Probably could say that for all the hotels actually. The dinner that we had there was terrible. I barely ate anything because it was just, subpar. You think they'd want to show off Italian food. They did not. Dinner, terrible, just ice cream, not even gelato, with what they called fresh fruit, which was not fresh. It was all mushy and soft and old. And yeah, the next morning I felt really sick, so could have been the bare minimum of what I did actually eat making me sick. And there were a couple of others who felt the same. Again, it could have just been a stomach bug, not the food, because there was a lot, like Franjo didn't get sick and a lot of others didn't, so who knows. But yeah, the food either way was terrible. Breakfast was okay. Again, basic continental breakfast, some cold cuts, pastries, some leftover desserts from the dinner before they put out as well. Coffee was good. I say good, not great. It was okay, not terrible. The staff were fantastic. They're very friendly and nice. Can't complain about that. Overall, would I stay there again? Definitely. I just wouldn't have dinner there. Like we've said in the vlog, we would like to stay there longer to go have dinner on the water. There was some nice places to have dinner on the water or in the center of it. Like we were very close to the center of Stresa, along the lake. It was like a 5-minute walk. So yeah, wish we could have stayed there longer, but maybe we'll have to do that again in the future. It is an amazingly beautiful area, Lake Maggiore. I'd recommend you go and do it. Like even though the food wasn't great at this hotel, I'd definitely stay there again. The view, for the view, and the room was very comfortable. And one other thing I have to say with the staff, I did say they were really good, really friendly. They were great. Like one night when we ordered coffees before going to our room, they gave us the free croissants just to give to us for no reason at all. They just gave it as something nice to do. So yeah, a fantastic staff. Nights 10 and 11 was in Florence. This one, the hotel was in a great location. So it was just on the skirts because obviously no vehicles can go into the center of Florence unless they're electric and for specific purposes, I think, but definitely no petrol vehicles can go in. So yeah, so the bus could get to us or drop us off. It was right on the skirt, but great location. It was along the river. It was 10-minute walk to the main bridge, and again 15 minutes to the center of Florence, where you can go and see everything. You can see the Duomo. It was perfect location. We did have an amazing restaurant close by, which you would have seen in the vlog. We enjoyed the food there. The hotel itself, our room was really good. It was nice. A little tight and like on the smallish side, but that's my only complaint with it. Otherwise, it was a great room. Really comfortable bed and pillow. Bathroom was really nice. Our view, we didn't have a view obviously because of where we were. We just could see the buildings next to us. But again, we weren't in our room enough to be looking out the window. But yeah, it was a great hotel, I have to say. I'd put that, I think as well, it was what do they call it? A future hotel. So like it's a green hotel. They try and be energy efficient and carbon neutral. So that's really good. It's a decent, like overall, it's a decent sized hotel. It's a big hotel. But I'd probably say it's definitely a 4 to 5 star hotel, 100%. Based on the rooms, how clean they were, the bedding, and just the amenities. Yeah, there is a restaurant in the hotel, which we didn't try, but other people in our tours did and said it was good. There's a bar as well, and then there's the breakfast section. I think going into that, the breakfast was its only letdown. It was a terrible breakfast. Everything we ate was terrible. The yogurt wasn't good. The pastries weren't fresh or filled nicely. And there wasn't many options. And there was a pancake maker, but it did not make the pancakes correctly. The pancakes came all mush. Like I was supposed to do 2, and I got 1 that actually came out, but it was still squished, and they came out like this. So that was probably second last worst breakfast, because Venice definitely is on the bottom. I just ended up in Florence both mornings just having toast, peanut butter on toast, and a coffee. And the coffee was okay as well. Nothing to write home about, but drinkable. And obviously they had juices, which were really nice as well. But yeah, the breakfast was the only drawdown of that hotel. Otherwise, everything else was perfect. Location, room, everything. So I'd say, if I were to score it out of 5, I'd probably say it's a 4.5 star, 4.5 out of 5, I reckon. I'd give it as a score. So the last hotel for night 12 and 13 was the Shangri La Roma hotel. I just want to make a correction. I just realised because our tour finished on night 12, but we stayed night 13. I accidentally counted those as 2 hotels, but it's 1 because we continued our stay in the Shangri La for both nights instead of moving for 1 night. So I said before we stayed in 8 different hotels. It's 7. So just correction there. So for our last hotel, the Shangri La Roma, where to start? So this one's not smack bang in the centre of Rome. The reason the tour company booked it there was because it's closer to the airport to take people back. But you know what? We didn't actually mind it. It was great to stay out of the hustle and bustle of the city centre of Rome and just be a few stops out. It was really good because the closest train station to it was only a 10-minute walk, I would say. It's close to a sporting arena if you wanted to see if they had any sport, like soccer games there. It was peaceful and quiet. You felt really, really safe there. Yeah, it was a nice area. You had a shopping centre directly across the road, so you could go shopping or you can go eat something there. You could go and get some groceries just for some snacks as well. Like there's a grocery store in there. So we definitely loved the area, just to be out of the Sydney centre, the hustle and bustle, and have it nice and quiet. So you could go into the city, do everything you wanted to do with all the craziness of people everywhere and crowds, and then escape it all. So for us, that was a bonus of actually having this hotel, which when we got the hotel list, we didn't think, would need that escape. But we're so glad that that's where it was. On to the actual hotel. The facade of the hotel looks very old and run down, but inside it's really nice. Obviously there's no views in any of the rooms, which is fine. Didn't need it. But yeah, inside the hotel is really, really nice. So take no notice of the outside. The rooms, beautiful. I have to say, they're really nice rooms. The beds were comfortable. The bathroom's really nice. The bed, definitely comfortable. Pillows comfortable. Room temperature, perfect. Like you have the heating and cooling if you need it. We really like this hotel. If we were to ever go back, we'd like to stay there. And it's very cheap to use the train there. I think it was probably 15-20 minute train ride from there to the main train station in Rome, so Roma Termini. Breakfast was I can't complain. I wouldn't say it's the best breakfast we had, but it was a good breakfast. I can't complain about anything we ate. The pastries were yum and fresh. The donuts, yum. Those eggs, cold cuts, toast. It was a decent breakfast to keep you going for the day. Coffee was really good as well. They had juices. It definitely wasn't a basic continental breakfast. It was a full buffet breakfast. Another thing I want to say is the staff were amazing. Very, very friendly and helpful. We asked the front desk for directions and everything and where the train station was to get to the centre of Rome. Very helpful with that. Pointed it out on the map for us. Because we're leaving really early on our last day, we asked them to pack us a breakfast, which they do, which is really, really nice, because we couldn't have breakfast there. They packed us a bag of breakfast, which had like the bruschetta kind of biscuit kind of toast thing. We had I think a croissant from memory, I'm trying to remember. There was a bottle of water, a juice box, a popper as we call them, and was there something else? I can't remember. I think there might have been something else, but that was really nice of them. So we just picked it up in the morning on our way out. They also organised us a taxi. We asked them to have the day before if they could organise it and have it there for us in the morning, which they did. The taxi, we walked down to reception, the taxi was already there waiting for us. So fantastic customer service from the staff there. Even at the bar, they had one guy only working when we had our final night drinks with the tour group. Poor guy had to serve all of us on his own, but very friendly and great, good customer service from him. Yes, we had to wait a bit because it was only him. Maybe they didn't expect us to all go and drink. Well, it wasn't even all of us, like half of the group. But yeah, it was very patient, really nice, served us really well. Great customer service from the team there. If I was to rate this hotel out of 5, I think I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I know some people wouldn't because of the location. It's further out from the city centre. And probably when I was younger and when Rome wasn't as overcrowded and dirty, because it's really overcrowded now and dirty, I probably would have preferred to stay in the centre, and I think that would being that far out would have been a drawdown from me. But now, given the situation of Rome, how it is, we just love the fact that we could escape that and have some peacefulness after a crazy day of walking around and having people everywhere all around you. You have no personal space. This was a nice way to get out and just relax as part of your holiday as well. So I 100% recommend this hotel to everyone. But yeah, to give an overall view, I think we did okay with all the hotels. I don't think I would really want to complain about anything. They were good. We had no issues sleeping. Normally it takes me 2 nights to get comfortable in a hotel and be able to sleep properly. These ones, able to sleep straight away. Comfortable beds, pillows in every hotel. And good bathrooms in every hotel. So that's probably the main things I look for, along with obviously location. But yeah, we got pretty lucky with the hotels included as part of our tour. So just quickly for a quick overview of it all the hotels had breakfast included, which was great. Didn't expect that, like, we knew going into the hotel going into the tour that all breakfasts were covered. And a lot of places don't include that. I don't know, I think it's a European thing, they include breakfast, because when we travel to America within Australia, a lot of places don't include breakfast. What would I say was my favourite hotel? Probably, it's a difficult one because there's a couple that I really enjoyed. For the view, hands down, the Lake Maggiore Hotel. Overall, probably Sorrento and the Shangri La Roma one, the one that we stayed at the end of our trip in Rome. Those two overall would be the best ones that we had. Least favourite hotel, which you probably already would have, you probably could already tell from what I've said, would be the Venice one. Because of the breakfast, the room slanting, and yeah, like, I know it's only 2 things, but yeah, also the fact that it was on that island, there wasn't many restaurants to go have dinner at there. I think there was only like maybe 2 options. So yeah, don't get me wrong, the food we had was good at the restaurant we chose to eat at, but yeah, there's not many options. And yeah, just based on the room, and because I had to pick a least favourite, it would be the Venice one. Most memorable part of the trip for me, I think Franjo would say the same, is Lake Maggiore. It was breathtaking. Did not expect it. Definitely right up there now with one of my favourite places in the world. We both definitely would love to go back there and spend a few days to enjoy the town and just relax there. We both feel like we needed a day extra there just to be able to explore the town. But yeah, it was amazing. Loved it. Also, another favourite place that we visited was Sorrento. So that was always one of my favourite places, and I was so excited. Like, it took me a while to find a tour that included it because I definitely wanted to go back to it. And then I got so excited that worked out we'll be there for our wedding anniversary, so made it even extra special. And just to go and see that it hasn't changed since I last went was amazing. Just because of how much Rome has changed for the worst, and everything from Rome up is very commercialised, westernised, whereas south it was still very much authentic, and that's what I loved about Sorrento. It was still very authentic in every way, and very clean, and just, yeah, it just felt so nice to walk through the streets, and yeah, we really enjoyed it. Letdowns of the trip, probably can guess from the previous vlogs and this one. My letdowns were Rome and Venice. Rome was one of my top 2 favourite cities. Not anymore. It has changed so much. They charge a tourist tax now per night that you stay there, and I just can't see where that money is going. I feel like everywhere we went, it was filthy, and it used to be so spotless, clean and nice and looked after. It was way overcrowded. Again, I'm not sure why, if it was because of COVID. Now everyone's still traveling, trying to catch up from that. But I've never ever seen it that overpopulated, and I've been there a few times. Never seen it that crowded. Also, the fact that there wasn't many restaurants or shops that were actually owned by Italians. It was all foreigners who owned them. Took away again from the reason you go to Rome and Italy. You want to experience the authentic food and shops and authentic Italians. Didn't get any of that. Venice was pretty much the same thing. It was it probably wasn't, no, it was as crowded as Rome. It was pretty crowded. Again, no, I couldn't see any shops or restaurants owned by Italians, and all the little market stores, again, definitely not Italians. It was all foreigners. We wanted to spend our money and give it to the people, the Italians there, give the money back to their economy. And the food as well that we ate, like the cannoli we had there, terrible. Not proper Italian cannoli. So yeah, I don't know what's happening. I want that authenticity, but it was just way too commercialized and westernized in every way. Cleanliness wise for Venice, yes, it's a bit dirty, but not as bad as Rome. I think in that aspect it hasn't changed to when I last was there. It was just overcrowding and the lack of authenticity in the food and culture and shops for that one. But in saying that, that's my review of all our hotels we stayed at. I hope that was helpful for you, if it gave you some motivation to stay at any of them. Especially Sorrento and Lake Maggiore, my 2 favourite cities in Italy. Do yourself a favour and check those out. But in saying that, that's all for today from me, and I'll see you all in my next vlog. Bye everyone.